Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Today I'm looking at the Winwing Super Libra stick assembly and how to A, change springs, and B, recalibrate the cams once the springs have been changed, or if you just need to recalibrate the cams anyway. So let me try and explain this. We're doing two jobs in one here. The spring, which has been removed from this axis here, the x-axis, it was actually okay. It broke a few years ago and I fixed it. I replaced it with this spring here and it worked more or less okay, but now I'm taking the assembly apart anyway for a different job. I'm replacing it for a different type of spring. I'll explain that in a minute. The reason that I'm taking it apart this time is because I've got slop in the stick and one of the axes, which is a terrible thing for a virtual pilot to happen, and so I now need to recalibrate the cams to get rid of the slop, and therefore I might as well change the spring anyway. So let me try and explain. Well, let's just explain how it works. First of all, I should say this is only going to be relevant to the Super Libra stick. So this is an old design, it's the first generation of Winwing sticks, maybe the Orion 1, I'm not sure, definitely not the Orion 2, the modern generation, because they changed. Let me explain how they changed. You got the stick here, obviously it rolls in the x-axis, it rolls in the y-axis on this fancy mechanism that I never fully understand. The way it works is you have a roller, x roller, y roller down there somewhere in the black. They're attached essentially directly to the stick shaft here, and they move when the stick moves. What stops it moving infinitely is these cams here. So this roller here in the x-axis, as it rolls left and right, will push against these cams, which are incremented and slanted up like that. Therefore, the more it pushes on the cam, the more the cam needs to move. The cam doesn't just sit there, it pivots around that point and that point there, because there's a left cam and a right cam in each case, and obviously you've got a spring which keeps the cam lower elements pulled together with high force. So that means as the roller moves further and further to the left or right, it gets more and more resistance because it's having to stretch the spring. Okay. The bad thing about that is that obviously you can get fatigue. The spring can either weaken or snap eventually, as it did in my case a few years ago, and then it will need replacing. When you replace the spring, you probably need to recalibrate the cams, or you may just need to recalibrate the cams anyway, like I'm having to do here. Why do you need to recalibrate the cams? Well, it's because there's two reasons. One, the cams might not be perfectly symmetrical. If they're not perfectly symmetrical in their setup, the way they're aligned, then when the stick rests, the roller will not be in a perfectly central position. If that happens, then, well, your 0 point is off, obviously. You can compensate for that in software, but you might as well get it right in the hardware. The other reason is if for some reason these cams had come fully out of calibration, they'd come a little bit loose, and then what that means is when the roller, or the stick essentially, is in its 0 point, it's not actually even touching the cams at all. What that means is that for small movements of the roller, and therefore the stick, there will be no resistance at all. And that means you get slop, and that's what I've had. I've had it for years now, like 2.5 years, and I just haven't been able to do anything about it. You know, when you've got young children, you just, you know, there are 0 daylight hours to do anything at all like this. So I finally got around to it. He's at school and preschool, and I finally got a minute to myself. So I'm getting around to it. So what I've had is y-axis has always been fine, that assembly there. X-axis is the problem axis. So in x-axis, it just slops left and right. Only a few mil here, but when you multiply that up here, then, you know, it's moving an inch either side. That's a nightmare because, you know, every time you take your hand off your stick, well, for a start, it's never in a 0 position. You know, a real joystick and a real plane is always zeroed if you're not putting pressure on it. This is all slopping left and right. So the plane never goes straight, as well as that your autopilots will never work because there's always inputs being added in. If you take your hand off your stick, just use your mouse or something, then the plane will slop left. It's thoroughly unenjoyable. All right, so it's a calibration issue. We need to recalibrate these cams so that they're in a different position, so they offer resistance all the time, so there's no slop. Okay, so let's get to work. Let's quickly just remind us of why we were doing the springs. When I changed the spring, that there is the standard Winwing spring. Sorry if you can't see it very well, the sun is moving. There, that is the standard Winwing spring. mine snapped in the x-axis a while ago. I replaced it, and I got that one to replace it with. It's not quite right, it's a bit puny, so I've now got this one from China for a grand total of $50. It's the right one, so it's a good chance to change it. Yeah, simple as that. So to do the job, it's super simple. Obviously, the whole assembly needs removing from the kind of the big base that attaches to your desk in the case of this model, which you do with just a few hex screws and Allen keys, easy. Then the assembly needs to come off, so this guy will be obviously shielded in here, and you'll have obviously a base plate, and it's just a matter of having a bunch of what we call Allen keys here, you might call them hex keys, and remove all of the bolts that I can just about see. And for God's sake, make sure you don't mix them up, okay? Then that all literally just flops apart. Be really careful with it, and don't force anything apart until every single screw, bottom and top, is done. If you don't do that, it's so delicate that that's hanging by a couple of tiny little wires, and then your 500-pound joystick is, you know, it's broken. So be careful and don't rush it. Exactly why you can't do it with a hyperactive 3-year-old. So that's off, and then the assembly is exposed, and you can get to work, okay? The next thing is, in this case, I wanted to remove the existing spring because I didn't like it, so you need spring circlip pliers. I have lots of kinds I run a car business, so you're doing this every day, basically. This is the kind I want, where you have to put positive pressure on to open it up, and you get plenty of spread, alright? And it's obviously pretty simple, right? If you can see down here, I'd get my guys in there, and don't try to do it any other way. I didn't have these when I did it the first time several years ago, and it was very sweary. I wouldn't advise it. So I get it in like that, obviously, and then you push hard. I won't do it now, but hard. Open it up, and they'll just pop off. Okay, they're held in by that screw there and that screw there, which are not actually threaded into the cams. They're held simply by the friction, because this is putting so much pressure on them. They won't come out, and that sun just keeps moving around. That's so annoying. Sorry about that, viewers. It's a bit frustrating. Right. So I did that. I pulled it off. It just popped off, and then the screws literally just fall out. That's that. So what I need to do next is fit the new spring before we recalibrate. So obviously we're going to reverse the operation. We're going to go like that. I can't do this on camera, but you know, like that. Spread it. Offer it up to there, and then literally the two screws, just pop them in one, pop them in two, they just literally slot in. So let's do that, stand by. Welcome back, that was pretty easy. So I spread the spring, I put the guys in. To actually seat the screws, as I said, they're not actually screwed in per se, they're just kind of slotted in. You can either just hammer them down, or I suggest don't doing that, just get an Allen key, hex key, and turn them, and just the friction of, you know, turning it will draw them in. So that's all you do. Don't do them too tight, they don't need to be tight. Just the pinching will keep them in place. Okay. Now all you're going to do is calibrate it. So it's pretty easy. You've got captive nuts there, and a screw that goes into each with a hex head. You get the guy in there, the right one ideally. And what that does is, by turning the screw in and out against that center static plate there, is it adjusts the resting position here and here, or the zero position of that cam. You can pull it out and you can pull it in. That means the resting position, again, sorry that it's dark, maybe it's better to see there. So the resting position of the contact surface here against there is also adjusting, because that is obviously that pivoted around that. And what you want, well, there's probably a proper way of doing it. It's probably a proper mechanism, if you know what I mean, procedure, standard operating procedure, if you can get the manual out, but it's not really me, is it? I prefer to learn things on the fly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this guy, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get out, I'm going to go in and out until I get both cams looking identical, and B, making sure that in their kind of zero position, i.e. without moving the stick at all, the roller is naturally in exactly the zero position, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And C, to make sure that even when the roller is in the zero position, it is making contact with the cams and there is no slop in the stick. Coming back to B, which is to making sure that this guy is in the zero position, the way, well, I've never done it, I haven't tried it, I'm going to try it in a minute. The way I'm going to do it is I'm literally going to get this assembly, plug it in without its shrouding on, just like this. Just hold it between my legs. Keep it level. Load up the game. Go into where you can adjust your controls and see when I'm not touching the stick, what it's registering in the game. And then all I do is I'm going to adjust these live in the game, left and right, until it zeroes itself perfectly. And then I'm going to stop. So there's no slop, it's zeroed mechanically rather than by software. I've got my new springs and I'm good to go. And I think that's it, viewers. It was just really a case of understanding which screws do what. Sorry that you probably couldn't see very much. I don't have any decent lights, so it is what it is. And I guess I hope that helps someone out there. Careful when you put it together. Don't over torque the screws. Everything's very dainty here. Just tiny little touches. It doesn't matter if it comes loose. One of these screws, it's not important. That's it. Bye bye. One thing I forgot to say, when you're reassembling, or just before you reassemble everything, sorry again I can't see properly, but make sure you get a brush with some grease on, force the stick to its extent, like that, and make sure you re-grease in the contact surfaces between cam and both cams and roller, just to stop any wear and tear.